Hello! Welcome to the Carbuncle Squad!
So we are going to be doing a spring.
We'll be starting in just a minute. We're waiting for Baron to finish up his stream, which is just winding down. I hope everyone's had a awesome week, and we get to start at the bottom again. Happy, joy.
Oh, near the bottom.
Yeah, well, yeah.
We're not actually starting on floor 1.
No. You have to start on floor 1 if you're solo and trying to do a run for the scoreboard, because there is actually a scoreboard for this place. Oh my god, we've got someone else joining the Carbuncle Squad!
Sorry, they can't join. They have the same color as one of us.
No, that works. I gotta take a screenshot. Okay!
I still want to put a blue and a red together to get a purple carbuncle.
There we go! Yes, we can be silly, just hanging out.
Yes.
So, is everyone in the classes they want to be in? I am debating whether I want to go heals again, or do I want to go red mage, because red mage at least adds more DPS.
Yep.
Well, once we get to those later floors, you're gonna be healing.
Yeah, and having hard heals is a good thing.
Though with Pally, there is a certain amount of extra healing going on.
Yes, there is.
That's true.
Go Carbuncle Rangers!
Yes. Bunkle Rangers.
Yeah, let's go ahead and put me in Ast again, see how that works.
Okay,
Rift is unsure.
All the DPS falls on me.
Yes, but I can make your DPS look better.
It already looks pretty good.
That's the joy of Ast. Okay, reset your progress. Farewell, floor 71. You were beautiful,
yes.
but no, bye. Everyone reset.
You done earlier. Sniff.
Hey, Foxfire.
Are we ready to roll?
Ready as ever.
No rolling involved. Walking, running, yelling in fear, all of that, yes. Rolling, no.
See you later, Rift.
Work.
Yeah, he's the smart one.
Yeah. Hello, Foxfire. Hello, Tigris. Hello, Ripley.
Mm-hmm.
And all our other lurkers. Let's go with not dying.
Here's the exit. Drop chest.
Look away!
Way.
Concealment. Ow.
You okay?
Yeah. That chest blew up.
They do that.
Yep. Doesn't mean I have to like it.
So my week was semi-eventful and uneventful at the same time. I will say it did kind of put me in a bad mood a little. But it's also made me stupidly determined, so go fig. Effectively... look away. On Facebook, FF has been doing a major marketing push. It makes sense. They're trying to make up for 2020 being 2020. And one of the things they're talking about is the new raid, 8-man raid that is coming in with Endwalkers, which is called Pandemonium. There is some weird talk that they're adding a new raid difficulty tier. I don't know if it's true, and people are saying the new tier is called Pandemonium, not the new raid. And I'm like, no, the new raid is called Pandemonium. Go listen to the marketing material. Hey, Tay, you got a Phoenix down.
Nice. And considering I forgot to take mine out of my bag again.
I'll forget no more.
Fortunately, nice. Well, part of this marketing material, they're referring to the new 8-man raid as high difficulty. And I made a comment going, I hope they're not trying to push people into scavenge stuff to see story content again. They did that with Blinding Coils of Bahamut, and it didn't work out so well. And this unfortunately, well, it did spawn a lot of actually very good discussion about problems with Binding Coil of Bahamut and how it locks people who weren't part of that first wave when it was current out.
Yeah.
Auto heal disabled.
Oh, this is why you have me along.
Just remember to do your job.
I'm doing it. Trying to talk and do it at the same time is another matter. And
Yeah,
I don't
well.
like her.
Yay, Phoenix down.
And that's why I don't like her. Don't like her either. But it also did spawn a lot of, wow, you're a loser and just get good comments. Most of these people I blocked. But it's really frustrating. It's like, okay, I don't consider myself God's gift to gaming, but I do consider myself actually a pretty decent gamer, at least on the upper side of the bell curve of average. And it really kind of, frankly, made me mad that it was like, oh, good job.
Crap.
Thankfully, I was unimpeded.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's get out of here
nice.
before this goes off. Because he wandered right through it. That, okay, so your worth as a gamer is strictly based on the content you can or cannot do, as opposed to your actual solo ability, whether you wish to do the content or not. So that's made me even more determined to solo Heaven on High. Trust your healer. We got this. So we'll see how it goes. My personal best right now... Did you hit a bomb?
Yes.
My personal best currently is level 79. And I ran out of time.
Yeah.
I was really frustrated with that because I could have done it. I panicked because I was running out of time and I knew it, and that resulted in me failing. So I'm really kind of...
3 seconds.
I think that was a different run.
That was a
that
different
was a
one.
different run.
Yeah, that was... Whoa, that was close.
Yeah, I was like going off and going, well, there's a highlight for you.
Yeah, the other nights, I actually ended up losing it on the floor 70 boss due to time, and I missed it by 3 seconds. It was so annoying.
Hey, we got a doggy. Or is that a kitty?
I'll be right there.
Actually, it looks like a kitty.
Okay, it's that direction.
Ow!
Landmine.
Oh, it's a foo dog!
Yeah,
Come here,
that's the
little
dog.
foo dog! And we do have an incoming patroller.
Yeah, I see
Wasn't
it.
he in for a surprise?
Bless us with your foodness.
Brave do not fear the grave.
Damage dealt increased.
Mm-hmm.
Haha, I dodged that one.
Passages act.
He didn't.
Oh, that's his problem. But yeah, the 90 run, or the level 79 run that I lost it at, I was running out of time. I knew I was running out of time. I had gotten to 78, or 77, thought that it was 78, blew my,
Majesty.
one of my Magicites early and didn't have a backup because the other one I was sitting on was an Odin. If I could have gotten to the boss with that Odin, I would have made it through to the next section. And that's what's got me kind of grumpy. But in general, I've been generally having a problem of running out of time, so I need to figure out how to get through the floors a little faster than I have been. Keeping the sparklies.
Trying.
Passage is active. Just find it.
Intuition.
Oh, let's see if they chip us out on Magicite again.
Oh.
That last run, we did not get a single
No,
one.
we didn't.
Yeah, that was kind of sucky.
I blame Odin.
We didn't even get an Odin!
Yeah, and he's saying, look, I gave you like 5 and 2 runs. Deal.
Okay, let's bail. The faster we get through, the faster we climb.
Meanwhile, my gaming adventures have been generally good old-fashioned wargaming stuff. Mark and I finished a game this morning.
How is Mark doing?
He's doing fairly well.
Good.
Patch is doing fairly well, but is definitely sounding like he's getting really lonely. And once things are open again...
Uh-oh.
Oh, crap, loading up. We should be okay. Assuming I can get all of the aggro. And not get hit.
And sounds like once things are open, we'll probably see more of Patch, because he's kind of up for driving out here again.
Yeah, because he's probably...
Because he doesn't really have anyone out where he is.
Yeah, he's kind of out far away when all his social network is here in the local Bay Area, and it's like...
Auto heal
disabled, and here's the exit. But yeah, Mark and I finished off the second Operation Dauntless scenario with a fairly convincing British win. We cut it off a turn early because we went through the VPs and said, nope. So next week we get to try out a system that I've been kind of pushing on. Let's learn this and try this out because I'm well aware that I'm the one who talked him into buying it.
Ah.
So I feel a little guilty.
Let's clear the exit. The NID should do that.
Yep. And then tomorrow we're finishing off the GEV game, and then we try out Necromancer, which is the pocket game he got me for Christmas.
Ooh, right.
I have to say that one is definitely on the realm of interesting idea, game-wise. Right. Ow. Don't do that. It hurts.
Yes. Here, have a hot.
Thank you.
Oh, good job.
Ow. Anytime.
I can't even disenchant it because you nailed me with it.
All part of the service.
What am I supposed to do with you?
Feed me. Fish. Save me from the mimic.
Yeah, the still stunnable mimics.
Won't be for long.
Yeah, don't remind me.
Oh, there's an exit. It's not open, but there's an exit. I think I see a blue chest way over there.
Yeah,
Two exits?
Right. No, 2 exits. There's the silver.
Okay, taking a chance. This is the real exit.
Yay! Now just to see what's in this last corner, if anything. A whole lot of nothing.
Alright, smooth.
working on it.
Incoming on you, Tay.
Acid.
And more incoming. Yeah, the interesting thing with Necromancer is the idea is, the two players are Necromancers fighting over control of this valley. So they have, all these undead servants to do everything. And, one skeleton is much like another. So, the skeleton he controls could become a skeleton you control.
Ah, interesting.
And so you get to try and fight back and forth, converting units from each other. And the larger your army is, the less effective each individual unit is, because your control is weaker the more you're controlling. So you can have lots of units, but they aren't worth nearly as much. Of course, if the other guy starts taking his units away your units away from you because your control is weak, well, then your control gets better.
Hello, Octi. Welcome. As you can see,
Hey,
we're
Octi.
starting over because of last week's oopsies.
Yay, oopsies. No, wait.
Strength yourself.
Right, that is all you.
Done. And there's the chest.
And what's out of here?
Yeah, we're on
That's-
boss time.
Yay! And that's one of the old Steve Jackson Pocket Box games. They actually reprinted a whole bunch of them by Kickstarter 2 years ago.
Oh, cool.
The reproduction is a little too accurate in some places. Like, including the 1983 Steve Jackson Games catalog.
Yes, it has the old catalog, which is hilarious.
But they come in a new pocket box that is a little harder to open, but it's also a little roomier. And they have actual, die-cut counters in the new sets instead of just the old cardstock ones. So that's nice.
Remember to try and stay in range of me. I'll do my best, but I can only do so much.
Well, nice thing about being a paladin, got good survivability.
Yeah, but then I can't buff you.
What are you buffing me for? Rise damage?
You do non-zero damage.
Some of the cards work better for melee types, and some work better for ranged, so...
Also true.
I know, I'm making a joke. I've played Astral
but are any of the
enough to
cards
know
a
that.
short for drill to the heavens?
Yes, actually.
Excuse me.
This one should function quite well for you for that. See? I buff you and he falls over. It works perfectly. I will say, Ast is actually simpler to play now than it was last expansion.
Yes.
Last
Yeah,
expansion,
sounds like they
it was
took out
it was so easy to suddenly find yourself playing 52 pickup.
Yeah. It sounds like they took out a lot of the I'm going to screw myself up out of it at the cost of some of the fun abilities.
Yeah, they took out the ability to really mess up really badly, but they took out some of the uber things you could do in exchange for not messing up.
Yeah.
They originally had something called a spread, which is similar to the astrological symbols that you currently have, except it was across 3 cards that you were holding and shuffling through.
Yeah. I remember you talking about that.
And the process of that, the problem with it is, one, if there was another Ast in the party, it was really easy to overwrite their buffs in a much more serious fashion.
Mm.
2, it was a lot more complex.
Yeah.
Because you could do like 4 different things depending on the type of spread you had, so you had to choose your spreads carefully.
Okay, get ready to heal me. Nope. No
You're
boom
good.
today. No boom today.
No boom. Boom tomorrow.
Always boom tomorrow.
And I did it again.
Mm-hmm.
Forgot to put on Iron Well.
Oh.
It happens.
4-way intersection.
Yeah, I am a little leery. Oh. Oh, it turned off my diurnal sec, that's why.
Nothing in that room.
Did he heal himself?
I think I need to go save Rye.
Nope. No, you don't. I'm perfectly fine.
You sure?
Look at the kitty cam.
Okay. Well, I'm here to save you anyway. Here, have a buff.
Okay. I feel safer already.
And exit is active if we want to bail.
I'm gonna check the last room real quick.
Yeah.
One gold chest. Looks like I can grab it real quick.
Yeah, with current Ast, while you could still kind of mess up, or at least not be optimal, you can always put something on someone and it'll give some sort of beneficial
It's
effect.
just won't be as effective if it's the wrong card.
Yeah, the wrong card or the wrong spread or have at ya.
Yeah, it's the kind of the difference between just 1 or 2%.
I feel so gloomy.
Strength yourself.
Ah. Done.
Yeah, for most things that we tend to do, that 1 or 2% does not make much of a difference. If you're trying to run an ultimate and you're barely in
Yeah.
qualify gear-wise, it makes all the difference in the world to someone who really knows what they're doing.
That's it in here.
We need to kill things.
Top tanks are already on the job.
Wow, that was like the worst spread ever. I give it to myself just to be.
Just to be done
And
with
it
it.
gives me the worst spread again. Oh, come on, guys.
Check the last room.
5 rooms all in a row.
Fine, I'm just gonna kill something. Why? Because I can.
Enjoy it while you can.
This guy's being a bugger. Holy moly.
Yeah, that's gloom for you.
That'll help.
Yeah, there's the reason why I don't solo and asked.
Yeah.
Now we just need to open the door.
I mean, someone has, as far as I know.
Just not you.
Strength yourself. I'll go ahead and pop that.
Yeah, you do the same
Yeah.
thing. And we can bail.
Yep.
Sounds good to me. Let's not stay here. 'Tis a gloomy place.
Yay, got my spread back. I should probably be using my spreads more. Actually,
Spread
it's
it around.
divination, not... Yeah. I keep thinking of it as spread because it functions very similarly to the old spread, which doesn't exist anymore.
Yep. Yep.
Yes, I'm old school. What do you want?
Get off my lawn.
Ooh,
Fortune.
Yeah, I'm kind of nervous to see how they change Ast in the Endwalkers.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be relegated to more of a full healer instead of a barrier healer. Where right now it
Well,
kind of
instead of a mix. Or either or.
Yeah, right now it's a jack of all trades. Which is kind of nice, because sometimes you want A and sometimes you
Yeah,
want B.
I know. I understand why they're kind of splitting it so they can have an even 2-2 split between the two, but a jack of all trades just makes too much sense, and I wish they'd be keeping that.
I did a spread and I was the only one in range. That was kind of a waste.
Were we too spread out for you?
Yes. Yes, you were. Too little butter over too much bread.
On the exit.
Okay, heading back your direction.
Mm-hmm.
Kill a few things. Still need to open it.
I say we kill him. Dang nabbit.
Not my fault.
No. That was mine.
Ow. Also not my fault.
14 more seconds. Here, this'll help.
Up in here.
There we go.
Think we can sneak in? I think we can.
Yes. He's facing the wrong way.
Bye!
See you next level? Maybe.
So what we got? Yeah, we've got more of these guys.
Always. Until we stop having any at all. One of them is headed your way. not for long.
Good job.
Nope, nothing over there.
Where is the exit?
There.
Yeah, I really need to use Royal Road more.
Safety.
Yeah, sure, we'll pop a safety.
Don't want to be there.
Go ahead and pop a strength try.
Done.
Yay.
Last room.
Always.
It's a gold chest over there in the corner.
Yep, heading straight for it.
Gotcha.
It is another safety. That was worthless.
You can never be too safe.
Yeah, well. My robe may wish that. Probably gonna have to take it to the cleaners again after this. Hey, no facing into the wall. Come here.
More safety.
Yeah, sure.
Safety first.
Intuition.
Ding. We have
Doors on
one.
this floor. I see it. It's in this room.
Can you get safely?
Gonna check.
Oh, easily. All done. Drum. Gold.
Oops.
Purity.
Yeah,
No,
fine.
that's no help.
Here. That'll help.
Drat, didn't open.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
There's
You okay?
the turn. There's passage.
No, I was. The OGs was about the key, which was bright yellow.
It happens.
Not quite as bad as that one time where we were trying to fight it up and it was, like, brilliantly glowing yellow. Hey, Doogu Doogu.
Look away.
Look away.
Else you become an otter.
Oh, dang, that did not block. Speaking of,
Oh dear. Do we need to come rescue you?
no, but there is a Banara headed your way. See? You.
And we can bail.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna check the other room just to see what's there.
Yeah. Is there anything worth getting? A gold.
Curiosity killed the Vieira.
Mm-hmm. Strength yourself.
Actually, that would be you,
sure.
I think. Or...
Well, I'm down to 3 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, I'll pop it.
Ow!
We'll find more.
well.
Don't
yes,
worry.
yes, we will. Unlike the Magicites.
Yeah.
I don't know, did we say something to cheese off all the Iggies?
Maybe they're mad I'm not playing Summoner. I know Toby is very mad at me that I'm not using him to tank. He's very incensed.
I was wondering where all the Toby treats are. Wow, I barely even saw that that bird and went right by him without him seeing me.
Funny how that works. Never even got to you. Oh, these low levels make you feel so buff until you get the higher levels, and then you're like crying for mommy. Oh. Yeah, that one.
Okay, passage is active.
Oh, I wish the later tigers were half as easy to kill.
Oh, no kidding. Okay, how many tigers did we get ambushed by?
Oh,
I was
5 or
really
6?
I was really proud of myself. I successfully pulled apart and took on 5 tigers and a ghost solo.
Ooh.
Oh,
Because I was
jeez.
able to pull them into and get into corners and dodge around their backsides. It was like, I wish I had a recording of this. Damn it, no one will ever believe me.
Hey, at least you have a recording of the four-corner mimic room.
Oh god,
Yes.
yes.
That one's definitely a highlight.
Why did he go after you? I was the one.
Because Dribble did insane amounts of damage.
I was the
I'm
one who pulled
coming.
them. Nah, we got this.
I was kind of wondering why he pulled off of Tay, but if Tay was,
I was never
there,
I was
that
never there.
explains much. Concealment. And here's the exit, and a silver.
My concealment.
Gold behind the Kyofusa.
Yeah, that works.
Safety.
Kind of a little
Not
late
that
for
we need
safety. Actually, no, we should
You can never be too safe.
You can never be too safe. That is very, very true.
One too many luring traps next to the exit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no kidding. I've had that happen. That's no fun.
I still don't know what just... one of the other runs I did recently solo, I ended up picking a luring trap, and one of them was a flawn and two mammoths. I was able to successfully take down the two mammoths. I couldn't touch the flawn no matter what I did.
I advise that they, next time they hits a flawn, should use a spoon.
Okay, and there's luring trap.
You need help?
No, we got this.
Yeah, we should get this. Maybe.
Unfortunately, they were all out of
Luring
my...
trap.
Bring it here.
Working.
Ow. 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 Ow.
On the way.
Some of those hit me through the wall. Okay, this calls for tea time.
Well, I think the exit's open.
Yeah, luring trap, and it was 3 lions.
Yeah, they are kind of DPS monsters.
Let's grab that gold and get out of here.
I've had enough of this level. Ow.
Same. Strength.
And there's our
Stop.
replenish.
Mm-hmm. It is nice to have the soundtracks.
Yeah.
Have you listened to Forage of Fate yet?
No, I haven't had a chance. Right to me.
I'm starting to realize there's probably stuff right out of my screen. I was having a fun time shooting him.
I can't deny you that. Da-da-da-da. And we totally made that before the 30-minute timer.
Oh yeah, 37 minutes left.
Yeah, that the more we make that, the bigger the bonus we get on the scoreboard. Ooh, I'm capped on revelations. I should go spend some.
Yeah, you really should.
Yeah, those are kind of valuable. Ah yes, holodeck levels.
At some point, we should probably spend a little time just goofing off and using the new Explore feature.
Mm.
By the way, So you know, the buffs I am providing for healing is
Strength. I'm strengthening myself.
is a hot style. I'm currently in diurnal.
So basically, heal over time versus a shield.
Right.
Sorry,
Most people will probably think
you're
that's
the gun a little.
not much of a difference, but it can make the difference in having a decision. So that's why I thought I'd mention it.
Yeah, no problem.
Steel.
Nice.
Number 3, finally. Yeah, let's see. Other gaming adventures. Patch and I did our semi-regular Commands and Colors Ancients on Wednesday, and it was... The first game was kind of horrible on me.
Aw.
Lots of poor die rolls, leading to a 1 to 8 score.
Tay, you gonna be okay there?
Yeah, I'm good.
Now, as a pally, you'd better be good. You're not allowed to be evil.
And we can leave.
Nice. Oh! Other bit of FF news. Recently, over on one of the internet gaming mags, one of the reporters got a chance to sit down and do an interview with Yoshi P. And he actually talked about FF14 coming to Xbox, or the interviewer asked about it, because the head of development at Microsoft dropped it like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And they were saying, what is the current state? You were initially saying... Ooh, there's a silverback in there.
Yes, there is.
Initially saying that you didn't have the resources to bring it to Xbox. And the basic reply sounds like they've pretty much gotten all the hurdles down. They're just waiting to push out the PS5 first.
Okay.
For resource reasons.
Makes sense.
But they haven't confirmed anything. It's just they're wanting to spend resources on stuff they've already got going before even considering. Which makes sense on the development end of things. Sorry, I did not mean to give that to myself. My bad. I mean, it's actually a good buff for me, but I'm here as backup, and I know it.
Yeah, you'll be critical once we hit about floor 70.
Even floor 60s. That's when you start really kind of feeling the curve.
Okay, cover me. I'm going in. Okay.
Glitching. Don't need to worry about that one.
Well, I recently, Zane recently did a run through Palace where he soloed it as Warrior. And he actually used the witching in a very unusual way. It's like, okay, I need to keep this in mind. He used it to decrease the aggro radiuses of a bunch of mobs so he can slip past them.
Oh, really?
That's awesome. Ow.
And he was like, let's see if this will work. Oh my gosh, it worked! I'm like, you go,
That's
Zaren.
an interesting wrinkle.
Yeah, it actually has a surprising range.
Yeah,
Well,
and it got
but
the
just
whole
the fact
room.
that'll do that.
And it was like a treasure chest room.
Oh, nice.
And he was running
Fortune.
tight on
Speaking
time.
of treasure chests,
Pop that.
make us fortunate.
We are fortunate.
Possibly. Yeah, that's the exit. I am not.
I got a 4-corner room.
Round up a
Yes.
couple and we'll take them all at once. Or not all, but...
A bunch.
I think I got an extra, sorry.
I just got an extra, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was like half the room right there.
And now for the other half.
Purity. Alteration.
Sure, I'll pop an alteration.
Actually, I don't think that was number 4. Petrification. Alteration. Okay, well, there we go.
And a purity.
Yeah.
Let's go. Put my head in here real quick. Yeah, let's just keep, go up.
Let's
It's
bail.
got multiple rooms.
Yep. Yeah, Epic 70 fantasy Van mural paintings were a league of their own.
No, I mean in a good way.
Well, just remember, there's high fantasy and then there's Gygaxian fantasy.
Yes.
Nice. Got us myself a steel.
Intuition.
Intuition.
Good pop that.
Or to
And
this
it's on
floor.
this floor.
Ow.
Don't do that, it hurts.
A
It wasn't
little.
me.
Going to go double check the opening
There's a
room and then catch
quivering
up to you
coffer.
guys.
Yeah,
Two
Definitely
quivering
catch up to
coffers.
you guys.
And you will have to do something about them because I cannot.
No problem. Take care of this guy because my interrupt is on cooldown. Safety.
Safety. Yeah, sure.
Pop that. So I think we can skip this guy.
Yeah, except he has a high chance of actually dropping a chest.
That's a good point. There's a fortune.
Fortune.
Yeah, yeah,
Sure.
running. Anyway.
And I had reassembled drill waiting, so... Ultimate interrupt.
And there's his chest. Affluence. Yeah.
Affluence. Don't trust that Dara.
By the way, we can bail if we want.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
After this icky message. Told you.
It's Big Z.
Or Big Z message, sorry.
Yeah, I see a gold in there, but that's about it.
I've got one right here. Oh,
That's
that was
useful.
worth grabbing.
Oh, that is totally worth grabbing. We totally need those. Yeah, unfortunately, I've not been able to keep up on the Marvel movies, not because I don't want to see them, I actually do.
Trinity.
Is that...
Is it?
Yeah, we are totally using that.
Oh, yeah.
But because we just can't go to the theater that much, and Disney stuff rarely shows up on Netflix, and we don't want to subscribe to every other service in the block.
And we keep
is
having problems of, things getting split up. Like, I've still yet to see Doctor Strange, which everyone else has.
Oh, there's two of them. Get over here.
Okay, that works. Dang it! I could have sworn I was targeted on the other one.
That is okay. We have this handled.
Professional pride. I'm sorry, Mustadio never says, sorry, I was aiming at the other PC over there. Well, that took a moment to sink in, didn't it?
I actually liked that model.
Fortune.
Yeah, sure. Eep!
All about.
Oh, hi there. Nice to meet you.
If you two are done fooling around over there,
Grab the chest.
yeah.
There.
Time to run.
Zoom. Well, part of the reason why I'm so reluctant is that a lot of these services, it's like, we spend a lot of money, but how much do we actually watch? Unlike Crunchyroll, which I watch constantly. So,
Yes.
guess what I pay for?
Yeah, that's the reason I stopped using Netflix. I never used it.
And Netflix we're using, so we still have that, but
We
it's
just don't use it
basically-
that much.
It's basically, Netflix, Crunchyroll, and Funimation, and that's it.
Actually, it's Netflix, Crunchyroll,
Frailty.
Funimation, VRV, High Dive.
I thought VRV was part of the Crunchyroll subscription, and
I
High Dive's
have to
coming
pay
with.
for it
Yourself.
separately because otherwise they keep messing with my account.
Oh,
Strength yourself.
done.
It should be combined. I get this message every day of, you're
you could do
double
this.
paying for this service. And I'm like, yes, but every time I try and just use that service and not double pay, you block me for like a week time span while the rollover happens.
Crap. Hate it when I do that. Use the strength instead of the steel.
Oh well. You've been getting
hold
lots
on.
of strengths.
There.
Nope.
Not this floor. Hate it when I do that. You're live.
And Baron was very happy this morning, speaking of Crunchyroll. Oh, auto heal disabled. And I'm about to need healing.
and horde.
Oh, no.
Worm.
Horde
Hello,
and
hello!
Worm, right.
Welcome! We're trying
Crunchyroll.
to do our quickie run through the levels to get up to
First
what the
30
real
floors.
dangerous parts.
Yeah, Crunchyroll was announcing this morning that Devil is a Part-Timer is getting a new season.
Oh yes, Devil the Part-Timer! Woohoo! That's actually one of the really good ones.
A surprisingly good one. It doesn't sound like it should be all that teal.
You can use it.
Okay. Now we just need to find the exit.
And get it open. He was active.
Yeah, if you get at range at it, he starts spamming things. He's one you kind of want to be up close for.
There's the exit.
And a bronze.
I'll go ninja over into this other room, see what's there. Which don't want to go more.
But we need to kill
we need to kill something.
Well,
admittedly, there's a lot here to kill.
They need to feel the gravity of the situation. Hello, Light Swing!
And there we go.
Okay.
Ooh, flight.
Pretty close to being fully stocked.
Yeah, everything except for whatever that empty slot is. And of course, Magicite again.
Again.
Because Magicite.
Just don't let us like me. That would be bad. Oh, and I just messed up my spread. Poo 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 poo.
Not my fault.
Fortune.
Yeah, sure.
Ooh, fortunate one.
You want me to read your
just a
fortune?
bronze.
Let's see what's in the cards.
Worms. Worms are in the cards. You should do something about that.
Yep, Cold Silver is playing Talon.
That's me. Oops, wrong way.
And we're getting really close to actually making it to the top, which is awesome.
Raising, that was what we were missing.
Oh, did I just mess up that card? I just totally messed up that card.
Affluence.
Affluence, affluence, yes, affluence.
And kill these guys real quick. Because I want to see what's in this chest. Frailty. Don't really need it.
There we go. There's my spread. Yeah, let's bail. Yeah, don't know that anime.
Immortal tattooed guy. Yeah, don't know that one.
Safety!
Whoa! That's looking kind of four-cornerish.
Nah. By the
That
way,
actually
no
sounds
auto
like the
heal.
plot to, yeah, I saw. That actually sounds like the plot to, Planescape Torment. Little bit different, but very, very close.
Well, there's the exit. Well, I would have actually a return question for that. What types of subjects and genres do you like? Because anime is such a broad thing.
Yeah, it's a medium, not a genre.
Yeah, it's a medium, not a genre. And a lot of people will pop off with their favorites, which is fine, but that's not necessarily the best introduction, because a lot of the things that people consider favorites have a lot of anime tropes to them, but may not be the subject that someone would be interested in. Okay.
Let's get out of here.
Slice of life, romance, action adventure.
Let's see, a couple good ones. I'll probably break them out.
Rakugo?
Oh, yeah, that's
Ascending
not
Stories.
Yeah, that's not its full name, but it's awesome. It's generally shortened to Rakugo.
For obvious
Let me
reasons,
use
if you
that
ever
real
see the full title.
Yeah, well, that's Papa Frailty. The full title is long. It's effectively a historical look at Rakugo,
Historical drama.
which is a distinctly Japanese theater type. It's like halfway
Mimic.
between stand-up comedy and
I'm on it.
storytelling. And it is so good. One of the nice things about it is that it is excellent on its depiction of history, its characters involved in that history, and they do such a good job using the animation as a storytelling medium. I do not see how you could do it live action.
Yeah.
There.
Castlevania
Really
is
well done.
very good if you've got the stomach for a lot of gore.
Yeah. I liked it, but it was a bit much for me, especially at first. Until the plot started really getting going, I was having a hard time with that one.
An excellent one for slice of life adventure is A Place Farther Than the Universe.
Oh, yes.
It's about-
That was...
That was excellent. It's about 3 high school girls actually successfully getting on the field trip of a lifetime to Antarctica.
Which is what the title refers to. It's basically further to go to Antarctica from Japan than it is to get into orbit. Beam.
One of my personal favorites is Trigun.
Trigun,
one of
hey
the-
silly, look away. If you like Trigun, give Black Blood Brigade a try. It's by the same manga
Not
artist.
Black, but trying to remember. Blood Blockade Battlefront or something like that. Though Battlefront might have been the 4th word in the 2nd season. But yeah, that was good.
I'm trying to get into range of you guys and failing. Yeah, that one was actually really good because it was Trigun without the preachiness. And you could tell the artist and
Look
author
away.
really learned a lot in their storytelling.
Yeah, and it didn't have quite the same degree of tone shift. Unexpected tone shift.
That's a good point.
That was kind of the problem with Trigun, at least as the anime series, is it begins very silly and ends up very serious. And it actually does a pretty good job of it because it gradually shifts. It's not a, sudden left turn midway through. It's just, nope, it's getting a little more serious and a little less silly, and then a little more serious and a little less silly.
Yeah, Food Wars.
Slice of life.
Yeah, Food Wars started well, but really kind of fell into a lot of the shonen fight anime tropes, which kind of irk us.
Yeah, it really ended poorly as far as I was concerned. I was really unhappy with the final season. Slice of life. March comes in like a lion.
Yes, that one is actually on Netflix. It is very good. Bring Kleenex, you will need lots. Look away.
Keep doing like a 360 when I'm trying to do a 180.
Another real good food-related one is Sweetness and Lightning.
Yeah. And that one is just cute on its own, even without all the foodie bits.
But oh my god, it will leave you with a saccharine high like you wouldn't believe. It's adorable.
The other food one. Restaurant to Another Universe.
Oh yeah, that one is very good.
And that one was interesting because, there's a continuing kind of background storyline going on. Things tie together, but they also have fun with different kind of styles of story. Like there's one, it's basically you have this fantasy world, and in certain places at certain times, this door appears, which goes to a Japanese Western cuisine restaurant.
Do we dare try for the next set, or do we want to call it here since the time?
I think we need to call it here. It's already done tell. And, it's all the different people who find their way through the door and enjoy the food. And, like, one of them's this lizard man, and they do a story on him, and it's like a documentary.
Yeah, it's like total Nat Geo. It's hilarious.
Yeah, Nat Geo documentary of, this is what their society is like, and this is how they choose the lizard man who gets to go through this mysterious door that shows up on the day of Saturn.
Yes.
3 sacks.
Let's see, what else? For more of a comedy action adventure, I have been force-feeding, reincarnated as a slime to
That
Kylia.
was so much feeding because, of course, the main delay on that one was just the fact that it's got writing problems, which it does.
Yeah, it does have writing problems, but oh my god, the main character is hilarious. He is a geek of our quality.
Yeah, the full title is like That Time That I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. And the main problem is the main character is extremely overpowered and is, they pointed out originally, never really learns anything because he just doesn't have anything to learn. On the other hand, everything that goes on around him, there's some hilarious stuff like the very tsundere dragon.
Yes, the tsundere Uber dragon who's like his best friend.
Yeah.
I am so bummed that Funimation pulled the recap episode down because the recap episode was bloody brilliant.
Yes, Dispel Logic, Ascendance of a Bookworm is also a good fantasy world building one.
Yes.
There have been a few that are very good on the fantasy world building one. One that unfortunately only went a single season, and there won't be more. Oh! Hi, AJ! It's great to see you!
I guess that answers that question.
One of my coworkers.
Pleasure to meet you, AJ!
But, A good one that came out a few years ago. It won't get a second season because there's no more material, because the same creator has a much more popular thing that he's putting effort into instead. The other one being Log Horizon, but the one I'm talking about is Mayu, or something like that.
Mayu.
It's like 3 vowels in a row. Thanks, guys. And as Byrne and Dave have put it, uplifting the world one potato at a time.
Yes.
Because it really goes into, there's this long-running war between basically the demons and the humans. The demons have been invading the human world, and certain parts of the world are their economy kind of need the war to be going on, so they're helping the area out enough to kind of keep things going. But that's all they really want out of it at this point. And so you've got a very intelligent person basically trying to shift the economic base of a fair chunk of the world.
And doing a very interesting job of it.
Yeah, and some really good world building in that one.
A couple others that we've seen recently. For on the pure action adventure side of things, Golden Kamui.
Oh boy, yeah. Do be warned that one is a bit rough in the sense of there's not a lot of nice people here.
It is an entire series of the Rogues Gallery.
As Byrne has put it, it is if Quentin Tarantino did anime, and seriously did anime.
Yeah.
Golden Kamui, I've told you about that one, AJ.
Yeah,
and I believe you even saw the first episode and got turned off by the bad CGI bear.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad they dropped the CGI animals.
Yeah, they've since gotten a lot better with that.
With that
it's
said,
currently on its 3rd season and is doing very good.
Yeah, the 3rd and final season.
Yes, I have a thing.
But it is actually very historical, which is amazing.
Yeah.
They did their research. But it is definitely not one to show with the kids. It is not date night material.
Not so much, no. Other things that AJ will know about, but just for general recommendations, these are some of the better things that have been out there over the last decade. Mushishi is, if you like things like Twilight Zone, right up your alley.
Yes, Mushishi is effectively if Miyazaki did a Twilight Zone episodes.
Oh, okay, Dispel, I guess I do have you confused with someone else. Yeah, I have a coworker.
Rylea here actually has a coworker named AJ who occasionally pops into stream.
Yeah, well, he knows the stream exists and should be showing up more often than he does. There's one other I was going to mention, and I've forgotten it.
There's just so much good anime out there, but there's also so much bad anime you have to wade through to get at it. And of course, what's good for one person isn't necessarily good for another.
Well, it's less true now because more of it's coming over, but one of the things I always traditionally said about anime is, it's always had the advantage of it's basically been through 2 filters before you see any of it. The first one is back when I was originally saying this in the 90s, most anime was adaptations of mangas. So, you have the big sea of all the manga stories out there, and then the best ones of those get turned into anime. And usually get a second draft, so they're a bit better written. And then, of the ones that come out in Japan, only the ones that actually are reasonably good come over here. And that's still somewhat true, There's more anime out there than is coming over here.
Yeah, but there's a lot coming over here. In fact, there's probably going to be something of a shakeup going to happen to the anime industry soon. Because you're getting a lot more stuff getting out through the cable channels, and now Netflix has started actually funding anime production from the get-go.
Oh,
as
comedy action adventure.
As a few other things, and the fact that one of the issues that Japan has for the industry is that it is illegal to have a great, the word is suddenly escaping my lips. It's kind of the modern form of a guild.
Oh.
In the traditional sense.
Yeah.
They tend to speak on behalf of worker rights.
Yeah. Unions and such.
Unions, thank you. It is actually illegal to have a union in Japan. Therefore, what's happening is they are doing incredibly exploitative practices for younger artists coming in. And it's gotten bad, and it's only getting worse. And we're also seeing some of that happening in the game industry for overseas contracting. And something's gonna break sooner or later, because artists cannot survive on $400 a week living in Tokyo.
But on the recommendations and just general types, comedy adventure, Little Witch Academia.
Yes, that is highly recommended. That is on Netflix.
Yes, you mentioning Netflix is what made me think of it, since Netflix basically helped fund that one.
I mean, the problem is there's so many, they're kind of like rolling around my head, and it's hard to grab one.
Yes. Well, part of the problem that has been with some companies trying to get over here, Foxfire Glow and the such, is the Japanese practice is still, you put like an episode for an OAV on, a disc, and you sell that at a somewhat premium price. And that doesn't fly over here. And some of the companies that are more controlled by the Japanese industry, they say, oh, there's money to be made in the US, let's sell things to the US, and they try to replicate that model, and it just doesn't do very well.
Yeah. Another one that's definitely in the action adventure, if you want more old school, is the recent remake of Battleship Yamato.
Yes.
I cannot
lovingly done remake.
I cannot recommend that thing enough. It's like they took all the good parts of the original Yamato, looked at it and said, okay, this bad part over here didn't quite work, this bad part over here didn't quite work. Now that we have more of an understanding of story and we have more of a budget, how can we improve it without actually losing the core of what Yamato was?
Yeah, well, the interesting thing is they did like three things. They, one, looked seriously at the original plot and figured out, where the holes were and what needed some work. Two, they looked at any subsidiary stuff that had introduced theories later, including Star Blazers. They actually borrowed things from the American translation with some of the changes it made.
Because they thought the changes were good.
And then they layered in a few more things of their own to beef up the plot in a few places.
Go ahead.
In the early part of the series, they visit I think it's one of the moons of Jupiter, and there's this Gamelon base there, basically with these tanks and everything, and they were just Gamelon soldiers in the original. but as part of the American standards and practices and going, this must be for kids, said, okay, there can't be people getting killed, so they're all robots in there, and we'll say they're robots. They're in these pressure uniforms. You never see a face. You can't tell the difference. Well, they actually borrowed that concept into the new series and built in some more background of the Gablon Empire is a bit overstretched and running out of manpower. So they're doing things like that. So it's kind of this love letter to all the different versions of Yamato.
So yeah, now that one, the voice actor who did Edward Elric, he unfortunately has gotten himself somewhat blacklisted due to doing a lot of sexual harassment things around the office and to the fans at cons, like grabbing girls' butts.
Yeah.
And that created a whole hubbub because he kept saying, I don't do this, and then admitted to in court he did. Bald-faced.
Now.
And a lot of people were like, no, we're done with you.
Now, on a different voice actor who did an excellent job, and is one of the reasons why I say, if you watch this series, you must watch it dubbed, because it's just that great, is Full Metal Panic.
I've heard of Full Metal Panic.
Full Metal Panic is really good, but it's also very variable.
Yes, sadly. But the main character, Susuke Sagura, is basically, a fish out of water for especially the first series, because he grew up in an area that was basically just all war-torn and basically grew up as a mercenary. And in the first series, he's basically going undercover because he is originally ethnically Japanese to a Japanese high school.
As a bodyguard.
He does all these things, and is very earnest about certain things and a little off kilter from societal values. And Chris Patton, who does his voice in English, has this wonderful, sincere earnestness to the delivery that is just beautiful.
Not a problem.
Yes. Big problem!
I would love to see more Full Metal Panic. I think later stuff gets better, but you have to watch the early stuff to get a foundation of what's going on in the later parts. Cowboy Bebop is actually very good.
Cowboy Bebop is good.
I am leery of the live-action adaptation that Netflix is doing, but you never know. Because Bebop was the most Western anime that I had ever seen up to that point.
Yeah. Well, since it was trying to be a 70s Quinn Morton production. SF.
With that said, another one I would recommend is the first season of Rage of Bahamut, which is effectively a Final Fantasy version of Cowboy Bebop.
Something like that.
Is the best way of describing it. It's actually really good. It takes a little bit to get into. It is very action-adventure-y. It's based on a horrible, horrible mobile card game. There is a second season of it out, but I cannot recommend it because I haven't seen it, because it is only on Amazon Prime. Thanks.
Yeah. Dispel logic, there are far, far worse things to get introduced to anime with than Sailor Moon and Inuyasha. Though, pause for poof, another 100 gray furs. And the AJ I do know at work, one of his primary initial influences into anime was actually Dragon Ball. He says, look, it was aimed at my age group when I was that age group. You know, what do you want? I was 10, and admittedly, I will admit to, there's something to that because, boy, trying to rewatch Speed Racer today is painful.
Yes, yes, it is.
I was in love with that when I was 4 or 5.
I actually sat down, I think a couple years ago, and saw my way all the way through the original Science Ninja Team Gatchaman. It was kind of painful, but kind of amusing at the same time. I could see why it was so popular when it came out. I remember watching it as a kid as G-Force.
Mm.
Or sorry, as Battle of the Planets.
You're right.
So... we stuffed your husband in a FedEx box and he should be there shortly.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Kieran.
I'm glad you did it in a FedEx box and not UPS.
Yes. Yeah. UPS is not what they once were.
No.
What else is there that people might like?
I can go stare at our Blu-ray collection for a moment.
I do have a soft spot for Cardcaptor Sakura. However,
Yes.
I preface that in that the Cardcaptor Sakura I know is an actual proper Japanese subtitled translation that was actually done by Nelvana.
Nelvana. Yeah.
Nelvana. Which was actually really good because it was completely and utterly unedited. Unlike what they did for the English translation, where they effectively took a chainsaw to the thing.
Well, Nelvana basically did 3 translations. They did a straight translation just so they had something to work with, and that's what they released on subtitle-only DVD. And then they did one that was edited for basically American consumer content, and they shopped that around, and then Fox took it up and had them cut more out of it.
Yes.
And that included doing things like trying to change who the main character was.
Yeah, they tried to have Sharon as the main focus because Sharon was a boy. And it was an action-adventure series, so no girl would be interested in this.
So, AJ at work borrowed our copies of that and was going, wow, there's like an entire 6 episodes at the beginning I didn't even know about.
Yeah.
Because he'd seen it on TV way back when.
I do kind of recommend it, but I caution because that particular translation that I'm used to, which was a direct translation and a really good one, it has since gone to a third company which did a new translation which was absolutely, utterly abysmal. And they did it in both English, which was, like, barely workmanlike, and in, subtitle, and the subtitle is like, no offense, that is not how they spelled Sharon. I don't care if you're trying to be more Chinese. That's not how the manga spelled Sharon.
But yeah, the Nelvana translation is good if you can find the old DVDs for it. No, this was before the era of Blu-ray. And of course, the series is old enough to have been standard definition anyway. Blu-ray won't get you a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Other than more episodes on a disc.
Oh, I had another one just a second ago, and now it's kind of fluttered off into the wind.
There was one I was thinking of too. Another relatively recent one. Oh, yeah, Spice and Wolf.
Yeah, Spice and Wolf.
If you want to know about medieval economies,
it is highly recommended. I believe you can get all of it on Funimation, but
Both seasons. There was supposed to be a season 3, and it didn't happen. You hit the ending of season 2, and they have a little card at the end of the ending credits saying, basically, see you in 6 months. Season 3 will be on at this time, and it wasn't.
Yep, it just kind of disappeared and dropped off the schedule, and no one knows what happened.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Yeah.
But the
very
basic
big
plot in
bummer.
that is you effectively have a merchantman traveling around, and he somehow got a harvest god tagging along with him.
Yeah.
And they're on a quest to try and return her to her homeland up in the north.
Yeah. And the first one is good and just kind of initial adventures. The second one, they are starting to get closer to her original homeland. And towards the end, they've got a fairly solid idea of where they're headed, since it's actually been kind of, well, is this a place or what? Because, of course, it's been like 400 years.
Another one I actually really recommend, and I do recommend actually in English if you can. If you can't, there's subtitles. I am a firm believer that having a choice is good, but it is a complete mind screw, is Princess Tutu.
Oh, yes.
Which is anime does classic ballet.
Yeah.
It is wonderful, but it is just whacked. It's the best way of describing it. Yeah, Princess Tutu will mess you up in the best way possible, because it understands the idea and logic behind fairy tale storytelling.
Yes. And then manages to combine it with things like magical girl anime.
Yeah, it's one of the few animes Caredwin actually watches.
Yes.
That should say something. Another one that was actually recent is Keep Your Hands Off the Izeki.
Izoken. Which, they never translate, but it basically comes down to film club. So, keep your hands off the film club is effectively what it comes down to.
And it's about 3 high school girls who decide that they want to produce their own anime as part of the school thing and trying to get the club up and going when the school's like, well, we already have an anime club.
Video club. Well,
no, it was an
we
anime
already
club.
have a video club.
And they're like, no, we're not. We're here to produce. We're not here to watch. And it is a love letter to the art of animation.
Oh, God, yes.
I have yet to see Paprika. Every time I've tried, they're like, no, you're locked. You can't see that because you don't have the special package.
Oh, dear.
And Sony controls the rights to that, and it's like, buy the DVD. Nope, we're not going to stream it. Nope.
Let's see.
Puni Puni Poemi is just weird. I would not recommend that as a first-time anime. Sorry, Caradway.
No.
It's a good anime, just not a first-time anime. That's when you're deep in the trenches.
Oh. Akka 13.
Ooh, yeah.
I am now going through my list of things we've watched.
Akka 13 is a spy head games anime talking about a political situation in a fictitious country on the verge of revolution.
Yeah, it's not so much spy, but it is thriller.
Yeah, it's very much head games. There's no actual real fighting or action
There's
in
a
it.
little on a couple of occasions, but it's very rare, and it's not the point.
But it is very well done. And you can tell the original manga artist had a thing for food.
Well, yeah, that's been kind of the thing for the last few years. Classroom Crisis.
Classroom Crisis actually is pretty good. As a
it's very good.
relatively sci-fi story, which surprised me. You'd think that Classroom Crisis, with a name like that, it's going to be high school hijinks. No,
It's
actually. It's actually talking about political infighting inside of a company that specializes in transportation in
space drives, basically.
Yeah, space drives, and the space industry at a higher level.
Yeah, it's basically, moderately near future, maybe a century or so. Space travel throughout the solar system has gotten relatively cheap and easy. You find out during the series it's basically because this one company came up with a really efficient drive that opened things up. And the series generally focuses around this one, basically, advanced placement class as high school level, but it's for all the next generation of, high-end rocket scientists, quite literally. And, the prototyping and showing off, this is what we can do, and adhering to a company budget.
Yeah. Speaking of Heroic Age is actually really good, but you need to take it with a grain of salt, because it is not what we would consider science fiction or high sci-fi. It is classic space opera. It is E. Doc Smith done in anime. Spirited Away is pretty good. My personal favorite of Miyazaki's is actually Pocoroso.
Good reasons for that. Yes.
I adore Pocoroso. Let's see, what else would be there? On the more hard sci-fi end of things, you are starting to see it again, which is awesome. One of the classic anime movies for pure, we're not trying to make a kid's film. Because this is all heady political stuff, is the Royal Space Force Wings of Hanamese.
Hanamese, yeah.
Yeah.
One of Studio Gainax's earlier things, basically.
Actually, it was their first thing that they did independently.
Well, maybe independently. Certainly their first feature length.
And it is a tour de force.
Something that might have been a series before that, and of course there's all the demo stuff they were doing before that, which was like the little Daikon shorts and such.
Yeah, that's where they started, was the little Daikon shorts, but that was before they had the studio going. This was their first feature project, and it is literally a tour de force. But it is one that I highly recommend. If you can get a dub of it, watch it, because it gets so heady with what they're talking about that if you're trying to keep up with the subtitles, we're talking huge paragraphs filling the bottom of the screen. You are not going to keep up unless you are the world's best speed reader.
Yeah, there was a few things around that era that were kind of like that.
But at the same time, what they were saying was actually super important, because they're talking about who's funding what and why. For people who don't know about the joke name we have for it is Wings of Honey Mustard.
Well, simply because it's hard to remember Hanamese, or translate it from that jumble of letters. Is that it's effectively the first initial space race happening in a small country where... This is a fictional world. On a fictional world, and the small country is in a border dispute with its neighbors. Think North and South Korea. And trying to put up
your first man into space on the border of that. It has a lot of very pithy things to say about the world and its logic. But Wings is awesome. I actually initially had not heard of it until I got into college in animation and CalArts, and one of the teachers was like, "No, you must see this." Boom!
She was right.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Foxfire, but I'm glad you got a chance to see that with them.
Yeah.
It's one of these films that's going to be taught in film school for a long time.
Yeah.
Anyway, it is almost 11:30, and I know it's like way past Taylin and Rylea's bedtime, so we should probably call the
Very.
stream for the
Yeah.
night.
But this is the type of thing that is hard to stop talking about.
I know, we love anime. We like sharing that love. Give those a try. If anything, I can try and put together a list to throw up on our website so that you can have a check
Also,
to see what's going on. Thank you for the follow, Logic. That is awesome.
actually, just a moment here. If I can get this to come up so I
and I can
copy.
yak about anime for a long time.
Yes, yes, yes,
Because I've been watching anime for a long time.
yes. I have a blog. One of the things I do these days is I do a little summary of what I've watched over the last season for anime. So this is a link to directly to the category those posts are in, and I give a little 1 or 2 sentence descriptions, and generally they're all sorted by the ones that I liked the most are at the top, though in many cases it's in 2 sections. Here's the new stuff I saw, and then here's this stuff that I am either catching up on or rewatching or something like that.
And thank you very much for the subscription, Foxfire Glow. That is awesome.
Mhm.
I need to start working on a new emote icon for you guys. That deserves a fishy.
F is for fishy, that's good enough for me. F is for fishy, that's good enough for me.
Any case, you guys get a great night's sleep. We'll be back tomorrow at 9:30 Pacifics for the Bun Bun Story Hour, where we continue on with the main story quest. We might actually hit Stone Vigil. We are in the middle of Whiteburn Front and dealing with the fun Ishgardian politics. Woohoo! In any case, you guys have a great evening. Get a good night's sleep. Thank you so
Yes.
much for joining us.
Yes,
Good night,
it's been
everyone.
great having you all.
Good night, all.